Hey guys, so I'm going to do something completely different today. I had COVID a while back, months ago. September, I got COVID, was diagnosed with COVID. And after I got better, I went back to work and all seemed well. And months later, my sense of smell became, it's ridiculous. Everything smells terrible. And I don't know if you've had COVID and you're experiencing this and you're watching this wondering what is going on and how long is this going to last. I can answer those questions from my own personal experience, but I'm still struggling with the sense of smell, and it's been months. And it didn't start till months after. And so what that's called is it paramesia or something like that. And essentially what's happened is COVID did attack and did damage to some of your senses, and one being your smell. Maybe you lost your sense of smell, or maybe during COVID things just smelled a little off, but then it went back to normal. But what's happening is your body's actually healing. It's healing, and what you need to do is oh, it's awful. What you need to do is retrain your brain, retrain those senses to smell things the way they were intended to smell. And I always thought this, like if I was raised in apple pie, you'd smell apple pie cooking, and when you took a bite, it's delicious, right? And so whenever you smell apple pie in the oven, you would salivate, or like Pavlov's dog. The idea is that your sense of smell causes you to want the pie. But what if the pie just tasted terrible, but smelled the way it did? And I always thought that was kind of a funny thing. Maybe anyways, our sense of smell compared to the way we smell it and taste it could be skewed based on how we were raised to think something tasted good or not, or what we ate and the way it smelled and the nostalgia that we got off it. Well, here I am years later after thinking these crazy thoughts about our sense of smell and what it and sometimes how it affects and triggers our brain, and whether it's good or bad or all these different things. So just a few things for me. I don't know, maybe you can relate. One of the worst things is cooking onions. So here's what I feel like I have to do and have been trying to do is cutting up raw onions and just smelling them in their raw form very strong, because what it's going to do is going to trigger my brain to remember what that onion smells like, because onions are terrible when they're cooking after having COVID. And I've always loved onions, or loved them in the way they taste, or the way they're cooked, when you're cooking them, sauteing them, whatever. But now it leaves my whole house smelling like all I want to do is go pitch a tent somewhere away from my house, because I can't escape the terrible smell, which now is onions being cooked in my home. So trying to fix that, what do? I'm trying to retrain my brain. And so I'm going to dice these up every now and then, get a good smell of it. And I have started to see that the smell of raw onions has gone back to something that I don't mind. It actually it smells good, especially real strong when you're getting the full onion smell. But when it doesn't is when it's cooking and you're kind of getting the residual smell. And so I'm trying to retrain my brain. Garlic, it's another very strong smell that causes food to not only smell terrible, and then sometimes my brain kind of relates that as tasting bad as well. But generally, the taste of things is still pretty good. It doesn't smell like the rot that it doesn't taste like the rot that it smells like now because of COVID. So I'm just trying to give you a few tips on how to retrain your brain, some fairly strong things. And a lot of us, I hate to say this, but the poop odor is terrible. It's disgusting. Always was, but now it's even worse. Unfortunately, I don't think that's one you're going to fix. I think that's just over time. Hopefully it goes back to just smelling bad and not just absolutely horrendously disgusting. So I'm sorry about that. I just had to put it in there. And I just wanted to put it out there. If you're going through this, you will understand it. If you're not, kick rocks. Don't watch my video. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you watch. I hope you hit like. I'm just saying I'm a little jealous, because if you have not had this side effect of COVID, I am jealous, because it lingers and it lasts. Here's another one. Here's another thing I've done. I eat Red Hot or some sort of hot sauce on just about everything now, because this has always remained. It's got for something about the hot sauce, or whether it's sriracha or this or anything else, really masks the COVID smell. And so I get what you smell is the Frank's Red Hot, because this for some reason never has smelled bad to me, and I don't know if maybe you're experiencing something different. So I, and I'm no way being promoted to say this, but I put it on everything now. And I know there's the commercial when he's putting it on his garden and all that, and it's like, I put it on everything. Well, I am that guy now, and it goes on everything. But it works. It truly does work. It spices the food up. It tastes great, and it also gets. And I'm not even saying. I'm just saying in general. Find a hot sauce that you can put on it, because it really does help overcome that kind of yucky COVID nasty smell that is just ingrained in my brain. And some days are really bad. I don't know if you're going through this. Some days are really bad. Yesterday was a really bad day. Today's a better day. It's been fine for the most part. Everything has smelled the way I would want it to, or you would think it would. But nobody's cooked any onions. So the other thing, body odor has a very unique smell. Now, body odor has never smelled good. But here's the other thing I'm dealing with is certain deodorants smell terrible. I can't put any kind of cologne on me because it smells good at first, but once that strong sense of it is gone, the residual smells, and that's generally what I find, the strong smells I can tolerate. It's the residual when they're masked a little bit, or the smell has kind of downgraded to kind of this intermediate smell, where normally you'd be like, oh, that cologne smells good. It's hours or two later. It's terrible. So wearing deodorant is tough because as the day goes on, it smells bad. But if I don't, body odor smells like it's a whole new thing. It's like body odor stinks, like armpits stink. But post-COVID, it's a whole different thing. It is. I don't even understand it. Especially mild body odor. Again, it's not the strongest of body odor. That still smells like sweaty gross. It's mild body odor that I may have never even smelled before taints my brain, and that's all I can smell. I hope you found this interesting. I hope that leave me a comment if you have gone through this and you're dealing with post-COVID sensory issues. Good news, let me just back up just a little bit. The good news is this will go away. It is a healing process, and just like if you broke your leg, you might have to do some physical therapy to get over the hump. I'm trying to give you some ideas on how to do some physical therapy to retrain your brain and to help offset some of these terrible smells in our lives. Hey, y'all have a good day. Leave me a comment, hit like, please subscribe. Y'all be blessed.